Hey everyone, I hope that you are doing well. So look on the screen, we've got Steve Leisman. This is from Swapbox. So Steve Leisman here. He was introduced by Andrew Ross Sorkin, and basically you see what's on the screen. It says report: October job cuts reached highest level since 2003. We're in year 2025. This has been the highest. Other reports say has been the highest in the past 22 years. We're in 2025, and it says here the October job cuts reached the highest level since 2003. Here, October layoffs surged to a 20-year high. All the job elimination, no job creation. Oh yeah, go get a job. Go get a job. Um, go get one where? So let's listen to this report. This is what is happening. Again, civilized silent purge. Here we go.
From Challenger on job cuts. What's going on?
Yeah, well, this is like a clue from like a cough or a sneeze or whatever. But announced corporate job cuts, Andrew, in the U.S. surging past 1 million so far this year, with 153,000 new layoffs announced just in October, according to Challenger. That is the worst October since 2003. Here
So
are the
it's the
numbers.
worst October since 2003. One more time.
Past 1 million so far this year. With
So they've had a million
153,000
people.
new layoffs announced just in October, according to
So over 150,000 new layoffs just in the month of October. We're now in November. But it's been what? You're looking at 8 million people laid off this year.
What's going on?
Yeah, well, this is like a clue from like a cough or a sneeze or whatever. But announced corporate job cuts, Andrew, in the U.S. surging past 1 million so far this year, with 153,000 new layoffs announced just in October, according to Challenger. That is the worst October since 2003. Here,
That's the worst October since 2003. So 153,000 layoffs in October. So far, a million this year. All the what? Job elimination, but where is the job creation? Nowhere to be found.
the numbers, October up 153. That compares with September. That's 100,000 more than September, and 100,000 more than this time last year in October 2024. Andy Challenger commenting, some industries are correcting after the hiring of the pandemic, but this comes as AI adoption, softening consumer and corporate spending, and rising costs drive belt tightening and hiring freezes. Announced.
So hiring freezes. AI, hiring freezes. Are we surprised that there's been a surge in debt collecting? What I mean by debt collecting, they are suing people for not paying their credit card bills. So the idea of, oh, well, I can't pay, I'm just going to walk away, and you might find a lawsuit one day. That's what is happening. That is what is happening. And then the company that buys the debt, they can write it off on their taxes. A million people laid off so far this year, 153,000 just in the month of October. People been losing jobs since the pandemic because don't forget, a lot of times those job losses occurred when the country was shut down and they didn't call everybody back. That seems to be the growing theme. Talk about what civilized silent purge. It is no joke. So go get a job. Where you gonna get one? And can it pay a livable wage? No offense, don't come telling me about somebody got a job and it's just 30 hours a week, 25 hours a week. As I said before, say it again. I asked a lady at a home improvement center, you got to sign up, hiring, what's going on? I'm like trying to get some help. And, she's like, yeah, we do a lot of hiring, but nobody stays. And I'm like, why don't they stay? What does she say? They'll hire them on. You may get 28, you may get 30 hours, 40 hours. Then you look up the next week, it's 25 hours. Uh-oh, sorry, this week we only need for 20 hours. You got to be kidding me. Inconsistent paychecks, but you've got consistent bills. It doesn't add up. It does not add up. Layoffs, this article here says MSN, layoffs across the U.S. soared last month to more than 153,000, marking the worst October for job reduction in 22 years, according to outplacement firm Challenger Gray and Christmas. Employees have announced early 1.1 million job cuts this year, the most through October since 2020, when pandemic shutdowns sent unemployment soaring. As I've been saying before about the unemployment, I'm surprised they haven't decided to go ahead and try to offer people some kind of extension, because you got to be realistic. The job is just not there. The jobs aren't there. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to close this position. My apologies. On this computer, you got to move fast. Yeah, the jobs aren't there. So much for, oh yeah, you better go get you a job. You better get you a job. They're hiring where? And what is that job gonna pay? This right here, and the box is gonna lead to somebody. I hate to say it. You wonder why the foreclosures are the way they are. Have you not seen across different states what they are reporting? It is a nightmare. Uh-oh. It is a total nightmare. So I just did an order. I'm going to cancel it. It's talking about working. I think not. Cancel that. I need it. I didn't mark it. I guess it's moving so fast. What's being done? Who's got a plan for the Americans? Pretty much on our own. Asking again, what is being done for the Americans? Does anyone know? Where's the plan? Employers have announced early 1.1 million job cuts this year. So when people want unemployed in 2024, 2023, it's like another cycle where we'll be facing going into the year, let's see, 2026. Happy New Year. Can't be too happy when people don't have jobs. I went to the grocery store and I thought it was just me, maybe my location, maybe my area. What's going on? Went to the grocery store and nobody, it wasn't crowded. No, I'm just like, oh, great. Now I got to go and get in line. No, you can get in line. They got the lights on with nobody in line. So excuse me, that tells me that, you know what? It leads me to believe there were a lot more people using the SNAP benefits than we may have thought. Got to be. A lot more people were on those benefits. So 1.1 million job cuts this year, the most through October since 2020, when the pandemic shutdowns were sent unemployment soaring. So what if those 1.1 million people, just to be realistic, it's unfortunate, but what if they cannot find the comparable employment or equal employment that can sustain their living? People are already check to check, so all it takes is like to miss one check, let alone two, and it's a wrap. So for these 1.1 million job cuts this year, you think they had a lot of money saved up, or they could, oh, don't worry, I'll be okay. All this, oh, just have 6 to 8 months savings. Yeah, right. Life happens. That doesn't mean nothing. Well, I can't say it doesn't mean nothing, but when you have an economy where they're not hiring, you're going to pretty much go through that savings 6 to 8 months. Understand? 1.1 million job cuts this year, October, 153,000 already laid off. And don't forget hiring freezes. Christmas missed us. That's going to be a lot, and it's not going to be to save money. That's going to happen, I'm afraid, a lot, because guess what? People won't, they can't afford it. So if 1 million people have lost jobs this year and they cannot find replacement income to sustain their living, what do you think is going to, we already know what's going to happen. We know what time it is. We already know what's going to happen. Going to be stuck out. So then the number of foreclosures will increase. So then the number of vehicle repossessions. There are so many cars being repossessed, it is crazy. I read a report that said, I cannot believe this year that, and I hope this is not accurate, but it says 1.73 million cars been repossessed. This year, 1.7 million cars repossessed. And you wonder why people are giving up. Are we really, really surprised? You wonder why they're giving up. No kidding. No, seriously? It's easy to do. There's nothing to look forward to. You can't survive. Oh, they shouldn't just give up. The American dream, trying to achieve it, it's a nightmare. 2025, it's just hard to stay. It's just hard to survive. So can you imagine? $1.1 million laid off, and if there's no job replacement, you're going to look at more home foreclosures. Again, went to the grocery store and I'm like, this is midday. It's normally, you got to get in line or the self checkout. You could breeze through self checkout. Breeze through it. Could breeze through self checkout. I kid you not. You want the girl to check you out. Breeze through it. Why is that? Because people obviously they cannot afford the food. And it's getting closer to the holidays. This is very sad. It's very frightening. So yeah, 1.1 million job cuts this year. 1.1 million people have lost their jobs, and the trickle down effect. Don't forget the taxes. The banks are going to get that's less money coming in for them, but don't worry, they always seem to bail out the banks. The trickle down effect. People not working, evictions up, foreclosures up, car repossessions up. It's going to trickle down to the city and county services, affect your police responding to calls, firemen, unless you have those where they kind of volunteer. Trash pickup, county services. Civilized silent purge. Anyway, let me know what you all think about this. This is just horrible. 1.1 million job cuts this year. Get in the box might put you in a box. Whole like this career is just packed up, that job is over. The same thing. And it gets to the point also, people don't have money to pack up and place the furniture where. A 3 or 4 bedroom house, where are you going to store all the stuff? Can you afford to hire movers? Then that means some landlord leasing a house out is not going to get their rent. They're going to go months without rent. Then a tenant might get upset and then start damaging the place. Then the landlord got to go ahead and go file. It can cost hundreds of dollars to just go ahead and evict someone. And then all the months the landlord is not getting the rent. Then got to rehab the house. The trickle effect. Trying to achieve the American dream is just that it's a dream, because looking at this economy, it's not a reality. Let me know what you all think. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share them out.